What's up, guys? Bruno here from Bruno's Classic Car Garage. Just a little thing here on some polishing accessories and things you might need or things you might not need. So this is just probably some of the most common stuff that I use, and I got more stuff than what's shown here in my room over there in the cabinets. There's way too much stuff to show all at once here, but this is kind of some of the most common stuff. So there's a lot of different pads, obviously some different polishers, compounds, backing pads, bonnets, and then over here I've got the this is what you need for polishing. You need a variable speed polisher. Not a grinder. You need a polisher. If you do that with a grinder, you're going to be in a heap of trouble. You're going to be one sorry individual. So anyways, where to start here? I suppose I kind of went through this. I'll start with the compounds. This is what I've been using. I've used many different things over the years. And I just keep coming back to the Ferrecla. I like the line. 3M makes good stuff too. I don't really use it. There's Carb-Right. There's Meguiar's, which I really don't care for Meguiar's. I think it's more of a kind of a, you know, somebody that just works on their own car. They just want to do a little detailing or whatever. But for professional use, Meguiar's is not really the best as far as I'm concerned, but what do I know? So anyways, this is what I've been using. So like I said in my last video, this is it says super fast. There actually is one more aggressive than this. It's just called paste. It's called G3. So if you got something that's hard, it's really cured, and you want to cut it fast, you use a paste. It's called G3 paste. I actually I got a big tub of it in my cabinet there. And that stuff really cuts quite quickly. So this is what I first start using here, because the paint on this hood here is about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks old or something. It's still not, cured yet. So this will be the first cut, second cut. And then I had this. This is kind of an older product. And I don't know. It's like it's a machine glaze, what it says. I don't really like it, to be honest. I don't use it. I've had it a long time, and it's still kind of full. I tried it the other day again just to see, and I still don't like it, so I don't use it. But then there's the polymer wax would be the step 3, obviously. But I'm going to try some of this here, I think, today. Ultra Fine Machine Polish. So I'm going to give that a go from 3M. I know 3M makes pretty good products too. So I'm going to try some of this. I'm not sure if this would be equivalent to this one or maybe somewhere in between. I don't know. I guess I'll find out. So those are the polishes that I use. As far as the pad, one I use for cutting, you can use, I do have a wool pad there. I use once in a while. You got to be kind of careful with that. It's not my go-to thing. I usually use this here. This is also a Ferrecla pad. It's a 6-inch. This one has the backing pad attached to it. So I guess the guy could take the backing pad off once the foam really wears out. You could actually glue some Velcro to it and keep using it. But this I've been using for a long time. Years and years, and I like it quite a bit. It's easy to control. You can get into tighter corners. The foam is nice and thick, so you can get into round areas easily. Works quite nice, and the outside, the speed of the outside is not gonna, if you accidentally hit something, you're not gonna burn it right away. So this works quite good, easy to control. And then that's what I use for my cutting. And then usually I'll use this here for the second cut, right here, this kind of foam. It's a little bit softer than that one, obviously. So this one here, you need the other backing pad here. This one here. Right there. See? That's what I was saying. Once the foam wears out on the white one, it would look like that. Just take the back off and glue some Velcro on it. So I use this. That's for the second cut. And then the black ones are always the fine. But this one here, who makes this one? That's a Meguiar's, see? This is a Meguiar's pad. It's actually pretty nice. I use this one too. But the Forecla one is way softer. Really super, super soft. And you can't buy these anymore. These ones here. Unfortunately. And I'm pretty sure... I used to use the Meguiar's, the foam pad like this. They used to go on to... And they don't sell those anymore separate from the... I think you can only buy it like this now. So they've kind of discontinued a couple products here. And there was another product that they had. It was called G10. It would have been like right in here. Instead of this, I would use G10. It was a phenomenal product. And they discontinued it. For what reason, I have no idea. Because that G10 was amazing. And then these are obviously polishers here. These pads have seen better days. I don't know what I used that on last. I don't use these very often. One's an orbital. I think this is the orbital. One's an orbital. Yeah, this one here is just spins. So this one just spins. This one's an orbital action. So these are good, obviously, for tight corners, you know, like door jambs or things like that. So you don't really use this very often, or, you know, maybe some small parts. You know, maybe if you're doing like a mirror, or, you know, something like that, right? And so anyways, then I got these pads here. Some of this stuff is new. Whoa! The yawning starts again. This is an old Meguiar's pad. I don't really use it much. I don't really like it all that much. It's pretty heavy. It's coarse. I think this foam is kind of similar to that Meguiar's too, actually, this one here. But see, this is, well, this says medium cut on this one, but... she's pretty solid. And then these are for the, well, this is 1, 2, 3 here. But, yeah, so obviously this is for cutting. It's kind of funny how it says medium cut when it's number 1. Polisher, finisher. So this is the soft one, but even this feels a little bit firm. But this will be for my orbital, actually. Get rid of the swirls and, really, really fine scratch, especially on black. As soon as you touch it, bang, you leave those stupid spider scratches in there. Get a good foam for, you know, washing. I'll usually load this right up with soap. And then, you know, if I'm washing the whole thing or whatever. And I usually do have another product from Carbrite. It's called Eradicator. And I don't have any right now. It'll clean the surface when you're done polishing. You use that and you clean it, spray that on, clean your surface, and it'll take all the polishing compound, the residue right off, and you can kind of see what you got. So I ran out of that. I got to get him to come back and bring me some. Called Eradicator. So this is just another pad for polishing. This one here feels probably like a semi, probably step 2 or something like that. These are just waffle pads. These actually work pretty good. They're a little bit harder to clean though, I found. I don't like cleaning these pads. They kind of suck. Because it seems like when you use them, the compound gets hard on the tips. And then it starts leaving scratches. So, I don't know. Everything has a good and a bad, it seems like, unless I'm doing something wrong. But so anyway, so I've got the black here. This is pretty fine. This is finishing. The blue one here is a little bit softer though, I found. I think this is the one here that's actually a little bit finer than the black one, and then this will be a little bit coarser, even more. And obviously I got some hand tools here that you could need if you got the round Velcro sanding discs. You could use this. That's what the sides are for. You can put a round sheet on these and do some sanding. This one here, you can put a round sheet on it also, and you can put your hand in here on the inside here. And I think this is I'm not sure if that's 3M or not, I can't remember. Anyways, just some little tools that you could use. And then I got this today here. I'm not sure. I've never seen this. The guy was telling me this is for doing some fine buffing. I don't know, but this is it's wool, so I don't know how that could be fine. I'm gonna have to look this up. Maybe somebody here, if you guys have used this, let me know if it works or if it's any good. Maybe I wasted my money. And then obviously those are some of the different backing pads. I've got a whole bunch more. There's tons of that stuff. Every manufacturer uses their own. This is a bonnet for a polisher, like electric polisher. Yeah, 11 inch, you know, the electric one. This is just for buffing, not polishing. Like if you're going to do like for waxing or glazing or something, you can use this on the buffer. And, you know, but don't really use that a lot anymore. I think we've kind of gone away from that. Microfibers. These are the cheaper ones here. As I'm going up through the steps and I'm cleaning, you don't want to be using the real expensive ones. You can use the real thick expensive ones on the at the very end when you're doing your finish work. So I just use these here in between, because it can get costly and you got to keep washing those things. And if your wife don't like washing, well, I guess you're going to keep buying new ones. So you better get the white the white wife. The right wife. Yeah. So anyways, that's, I don't know, I guess that's about it for this. I mean, there's way more products than this when it comes to polishing and stuff like that. So, you know, there's different waxes, and I also have different products, like, you know, there's Carb-Rite stuff I've got in my cabinet that I never really use. I don't know, there's just certain things I have I don't use. I just keep going, like I say, I keep going back to the Forecla, and I know there's a lot of guys that like the 3M too, and I know it's a good product too, but I've been using Forecla for a long, long time, and it's always been good. So that's about it for this. I'm going to get set up now to, I'm just going to post this video separate because it's going to make the video for this polishing way too long. We're already at like almost 13 minutes here. So yeah, I'm going to start polishing the hood here. I've got it all sanded, and this side's already done. I didn't do the last step with the buffing with the orbital yet. I'm going to wait probably until I get it on the car, because we're going to be moving it and touching it and this and that. So once it's on the car, and then I'll do a final buff with the random orbital, just to get the, you know, a little bit of swirling out and some really fine microscopic scratches. And that'll be it for the hood. So that's it for that, guys. I guess I'll see you here probably in a couple of minutes. I'm going to start polishing, so stand by for the next video. I guess I will call it part 2. This video is part 1. The hood will be the part 2. All right, guys. Share, like, and subscribe, eh? All right, thanks. Bye.